I'm Tracey Barnes-Priestley. This week on What's on Your Bucket List, join us as our first guest finally experiences what countless local, national, and international travelers have come to recognize as one of the most beautiful places on Earth. After that, we head south to explore, from a truly unique perspective, another one of Humboldt's most scenic locations. Coming up next on What's on Your Bucket List. For our first segment, we traveled to the northern end of the county to lose ourselves in a stunning bit of Mother Nature's work. I'm here with E.B. Sutton, and we are in one of the most beautiful parts of Humboldt County. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. Tell me, E.B., what's on your bucket list? What are we doing?
I want to go to Fern Canyon.
We're going to go to Fern Canyon. Now, I understand you've lived in Humboldt County 47 years?
Right.
What you been doing all that time?
Well, I've been raising 5 daughters.
Wow.
And I've been working.
Uh-huh. What kind of jobs did you have?
I was helped with my husband with insurance business.
Uh-huh.
And I was office manager
As well?
as well.
For a different business?
Yes.
And raising 5 kids?
Right.
And being a mom?
Right.
So you've been kind of busy?
Kind of.
How did you hear about our show, What's on Your Bucket List?
I read it in the newspaper and I thought, I have one.
Well, you did have, and this was the only one.
Right.
How come you've never been to Fern Canyon?
Just been working too long.
Working too hard, taking care of other people.
Right.
Yeah. What have you heard about Fern Canyon that made it so appealing?
Well, I just love ferns, and I thought that would be a beautiful place to visit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We had a bit of a ride coming in. What'd you think of just coming from the parking lot out to the coast?
I was just kind of resting.
Yeah.
And taking in the sights. It was a beautiful drive.
It really was beautiful.
A little bumpy, but good.
Little bumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little bumpy. When we get to Fern Canyon, what do you think it's going to be like?
I hope it's a little bit of heaven.
A little.
Relaxing.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have a wonderful naturalist who's going to lead our way today, and full of all kinds of information. Now, I asked your permission if I could share your age, and I was off a year because since the first time we spoke, you've had a birthday. How old are you?
87.
87. What is it you think about? Some people at 87 would no more write into a television show, would no more participate in something like this. What is it about you that you thought that sounds like a great idea?
Well, I didn't really think about TV. I was thinking about just a nice, fun day away from all the everyday life.
Yeah. And that really was something that you wanted to do. Well, good for you.
Just at my age, experience a little bit of heaven.
Well, I'm really glad that we're going to be able to share this with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Fern Canyon is located on the northern coast of California. Clinging to the canyon walls is a lush carpet of many varieties of ferns. Some have ancestry that goes back 325 million years, preceding even the age of dinosaurs. This awe-inspiring canyon was created in ancient times when waters draining into the nearby Pacific Ocean sculpted it from the coastal bluffs. Today, thousands of visitors come from all over the world to visit this mystical place. We were fortunate to have a knowledgeable and enthusiastic guide, Justin Legge. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we're going to have fun getting to show E.B. her very first view of Fern Canyon. How long have you been with this company?
I've been part of Redwood Adventures and Elk Meadow Cabins since about March 2016 and have just fallen in love with this amazing company. It's been a very lucky experience for me,
right?
Very fortunate.
Yeah. What is it that you like specifically about taking people to Fern Canyon?
Fern Canyon is a spot that just blows people away in terms of its natural beauty. The ancient ferns that grow along the walls, it's like a living wetland, so it's an extremely unique experience to not just be in a canyon with pristine, crystal clear waters, with beautiful quartz crystals that you can collect, with the old gold mining history from the California gold rush all the way back to the 1850s. There's layer upon layer of history, culture, beauty, as well as the unique ferns that exist here in Fern Canyon.
For people who may not know, what was the movie that was shot here that
Well,
put us on the map?
There's a couple movies, Tracy,
Okay.
actually. My favorite as a Californian, born in Los Angeles, so we like our big budget Hollywood action
Yes.
movies, of course. And Jurassic Park 2, Lost World, was filmed here with Steven Spielberg around 1996. That's my favorite movie that was filmed
Yes.
here, because it's really like walking back to the Jurassic period, if not actually further.
The best part of your job?
Best part of my job, Tracy, are days like this, getting to meet people. I feel really lucky and fortunate.
Well, I really appreciate how you have opened up the company, and now we're about to open up Fern Canyon for EB. Thank you so much, and let's get going.
Let's have some fun.
And with that, we were off to discover a world of natural beauty, to experience what is referred to as forest bathing, how trees, plants, and good old fresh air nurture our bodies and our spirits.
What I love about all the ferns, EB, is all the different plants in here, the different ferns, the different wetland species.
I like the smell.
Yeah, I love the smell too.
It's very fresh.
When you look up, because I realized we were all looking, I'm watching my feet, but I thought, let's stop and take in that
yeah.
view.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, yeah.
Ferns coming out of the tree.
Yeah. Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Oh, and yeah, if anybody likes salmon berries, it's a lucky. The reason this is such a great time of year, actually, we would be a little bit late usually, but the season seems to be behind a couple of weeks, if not a month this year.
What are salmon berries?
They're a relative of the raspberry or the blackberry. Huckleberries are delicious. Those are my absolute favorite.
Yeah, they're tiny though. It takes a lot of huckleberries to
We're kind of walking through the produce aisle of Humboldt County. Our elderberries above us.
I was really impressed by EB's determination. At 87, she was a real trooper. Look at her go.
Not the best stair.
Okay.
Good job, EB. Finally, we came around the corner, and there it was in all its glory, Fern Canyon. So look at the way the canyon wall is there, EB, with all those ferns. My goodness. No wonder people come from all over the world to see this natural splendor. I was so honored to share this experience with EB and to enjoy a little bit of heaven with this delightful woman. She was a happy reminder that there's real value in checking things off of our bucket list. So you're glad
Very enjoyable, yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
No, our pleasure. Thank you. My next guest had an infectious enthusiasm for her bucket list choice, and it involved a gentle, four-legged friend who was bigger than the both of us. This is Ellie Carr, my guest for the segment. And Ellie, what are we going to do today?
We're gonna do a horse ride on the beach.
Yes, we are, and it's perfect weather. I can't believe we've had such a beautiful day for this.
It's gorgeous.
A little chilly. I'm always curious to know why people, you must have seen the show advertised somewhere and you decided to apply. What was that about for you?
The first time I saw it, it was just on the background while I was what I call ditzing around the house, hopping from one thing to another. And I heard that and I said, I've always wanted to do that, go on the beach with a horse. I might as well apply. And I just went right over to the computer and wrote it up, and then you wrote back, and here we are.
That's great. So why was this on your bucket list?
I used to take my dog to Clam Beach all the time. Well, I still do. And whenever I see the horses riding on the beach, it was just so romantic and exciting, and I knew their view was better than mine.
Oh, that's a great, well, I never thought of that perspective, but that's a really great perspective, to be up high and moving. That's great. So what do you think it is about horses that appeal to you?
They're just so majestic.
They're pretty wonderful.
Yeah.
Really, they have a certain spirit to them that is almost mystical in some ways. Yeah. Kim Karobi, who owns the stables, had you up on a horse.
Yes.
And just getting you acquainted. It's like renting a car. Only, what were some of the things? You look great out in the ring. You did.
I hope I remember how to stop him. That's the main thing.
But what did it like to be? Did it feel
It was
pretty
great.
comfortable?
It was wonderful to be up here. It's such a wonderful animal. And she has him so sensitive to anything I do. So I hope I'm thinking the right thing and doing the right thing and not making him do something he shouldn't.
Well, what I noticed was how beautifully trained. King, is that his name?
King, yes. He's wonderful.
Beautifully trained he was. And even at the end when she was making sure he was relaxed, responding to the whip, that action so that he was totally relaxed and ready to go.
Yeah.
And there you were. You even hoisted yourself up there. What do you think it's going to feel like?
Oh, being up high there and the freedom, instead of being on a trail where you're just kind of like one like that, it'll just be more open and free and fun.
We were so fortunate to find just the right person to give Ellie her dream ride. Kim Karobi, owner and trainer at Karobi Stables. Thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
It's really wonderful. It's really wonderful. It feels good, and we've got such beautiful weather. I'm curious about your background. How long have you been riding horses?
I've probably been riding them all my life, but I was a young kid who didn't have any introduction to horses at all, so I would take my money and go spend it down in Half Moon Bay and go ride the strings. So that's how I first started. I'm self-taught. When I turned 20 years old, I bought my first horse, and I never looked back.
What is it about horses? What do you think?
What is it about horses? For me, it was my serenity. They are, once I bought that first horse, it was, I needed them in my life. It was probably 1 year from the time I was 20 years old that I did not own a horse, and it was miserable. I knew I loved animals from as a small child. I knew I loved animals. They keep me sane, they keep me alive, they give back so much.
They do.
And they teach you a lot about life. They really do, a lot about life. And I get to show those kids and people that, and share that with people, and I think that's what's so special about them.
And there's that kind of connection. There's something that happens between people and horses that's just... So when you see people up on a horse that maybe have never been on a horse, or it's been years, and they have that look, where does that hit your soul?
I know that they need help right away, you know, and getting them comfortable is my first goal, and getting them safe and making them be safe about it, because you know these animals are big, and if
Yeah.
you're not safe, then the animal itself will not feel safe either.
Right, right. Yeah. So you work for both of them. You make
Yes.
sure they're a good team. One of the things that you shared with me, and I really appreciated knowing about you, because I'm a retired therapist, and so I know what it's like to do overcome certain things. And you are celebrating 30 years sobriety. Do I
Yeah.
understand that right?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge.
That was really big for me.
Really
Yeah.
big. Well, yeah, and to be able to pull that off, like I said, I really appreciate everything that goes into that. I'm curious, did the horses play a part of that?
Yes, yeah, they did. I couldn't maintain it and still have them in my life. I was, you know, and my kids too.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. And even though I had them for, you know, part of the time, and but it was really brief compared to.
Yes.
I am now sober longer than I ever used. And
Yes,
that
yeah.
milestone was really big for me.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Because I was just so young when I started. I was very young. I
Yeah.
started smoking cigarettes at 9.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
So pot at 9, and I was on my way at 15.
Yeah, and I think people don't understand. It's hard if you haven't experienced it or known somebody who's fought it to understand what addiction is about and how it just grabs hold of you. And when I heard that part of your story, I thought, well, no wonder horses have filled that void and given you something to. Yeah, congratulations.
And it's really nice, thank you. Really nice. I see the kids that come in here. I have a volunteer program too. I'll take in kids that come and clean stalls.
Really?
Come and clean stalls in exchange for lessons. And you know, I see those kids would be somewhere else. You know,
That's
they would be
right.
doing something else
That's
if they
right.
didn't come here. And even when they're not doing the greatest here, I keep them here anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I keep them here anyway because they're doing whatever God put them into my life for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it'll happen.
Oh, thank
Whatever
you. I
happens.
didn't know you did that. That's
Yeah,
a great.
I do a volunteer program. Yeah,
Oh,
for the
that's
kids.
great.
I have, and one has turned sober behind it too, and
Great.
so
It's working.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, and I appreciate it. And let's get Ellie to the beach. Shall
Yes.
we? Okay.
Yes, I'm
Thank you.
excited. Thank you.
Kim trailered the horses, and we drove to the Mike Thompson Wildlife Area. Once there, Kim saddled them up, and we were off to the beach.
There you go. Come on out.
We're off. It's happening. Kim, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Good girl. Give me a 5. There you go. Good girl. There you go. Come on out. Yep. Walk on. Look where we're going. Where are we going? We're going that way.
Couldn't be a prettier day.
I know. It's beautiful.
Wow. Well, this is quite a joy that you have and that you share.
Thank you.
So nice to share it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
This is so much fun. Well, thank you for making this wish come true.
Oh, you're
it's
welcome,
just
honey.
so
You're
wonderful.
welcome.
And
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate what
Yes.
everybody did to make this happen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is very cool. Channel 13 bucket list. It's my dream come true here. Gorgeous ride. I have wanted to ride a horse on the beach for so many years. I just thought that would be neat. But I didn't think it would ever happen.
Really?
Yeah. Ah, it's lovely.
So pretty out here.
This is heaven.
Isn't it?
It's really happening. It's so fun. Great. The sun and the water, blue
So
skies.
pretty.
Couldn't be better today.
What a great day for
Yeah,
this.
we're so lucky. Well, you're a lucky person to be around these wonderful animals so much. These are good horses. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're so welcome.
Good job, King. Yeah. Woo. It's so comfortable up here. The views are beautiful. My wish fulfilled. Yay.
How do you feel, Ellie? Feel okay?
Yes, it's
How's
great.
your seat okay? Your butt's not hurting?
I'm very comfortable up here.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. This is so amazing. I think going into the water was a kick. I don't know why, but it just was a joy. It was just so much fun to walk in the water. He shook me loose.
Yeah, he did. Okay, well, here we are back. And what did you think?
Glorious.
Was it?
It was great views. The best part going in the water. I mean, the whole thing was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was just a joy.
And what was it like to be, I mean, you know, you hadn't been on a horse in a long time
Oh.
and not that much experience. Was it tense or was
No, it was at first just a little
Yeah?
bit, and then it just, her horses are beautiful and easy to ride, and it was a best day. It was, I relaxed into it then.
Yeah. Was it what you imagined?
It was.
Yeah.
I ticked it off my bucket list, and I wouldn't mind doing it again sometime.
Well, and Sky and I will join you. Right,
Yes.
Sky?
Sky is a beautiful horse. They're all gorgeous.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank you so much to everyone for making this possible.
It's been great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. You can watch this and other entertaining bucket list episodes online at keat.org. Now, what's on your bucket list?